What happens when a movement sold as liberation lines up perfectly with the moment governments realized they could double their revenue overnight? Look at the pattern. For generations, a household ran on one income. One worker, one taxpayer, one stable contribution to the system. Then suddenly every newspaper cover and political speech pushed a brand new idea. Empowerment meant clocking in. Freedom meant joining the workforce. Progress meant trading home life for corporate schedules. And when the workforce doubles, something else quietly doubles too. Taxable income. Who gained the most? Families lost time together. Kids grew up in institutions instead of with parents. Wages flattened because twice as many workers competed for the same positions. Corporations got cheaper labor. The state collected record levels of revenue. And the public was told this was all a win. Was this really about liberation? Or was it a perfectly executed economic plan dressed up as social progress? You be the judge. If you're awake, you already...
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to apostles and elders of great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto his like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. You lose, bitch. That's what happened. All right. The end results. The results is everything is about results, and the result is that everybody that participated unwillingly, willingly of that event helped destroy their own future. All right. Your future was demolished because of this idea of feminism. All right. And the future is not just what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the immediate you and your family. The future is your grandchildren, your great great grandchildren, and so forth. And what Esau done, what he established with his world, is people forget about the future, which is ironic though. They forget. They don't look at things in long term. They have the mindset of looking at things in a short term. The here and now. Matter of fact, since I'm saying it, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and matter of fact, I said I'm 1. For when the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, a life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there's no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave, which many years later, after Solomon, it was he, as his true self Yahweh came back from the grave through the spirit of Yahweh. For we are born at all venture, and we shall be hereafter as though we have never been. The breath in our nostrils is smoke and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as a soft air. Our name shall be forgotten in the time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, for our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcometh with the heat thereof. For our time is like a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so no man cometh again. And this is the mindset that they have. They carry themselves in this mindset to believe in their heart that they only had for a short period of time. So the scripture says this, Sirach 10, I was, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man that ruleth the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So the people is emulating or following the traits of their rulers. What the elites, how the elites think, the way they think, all right, the people follow. This is why the people are foolish. They're nothing but fools. They can't think for themselves. They always need leadership. This is why when the Lord punished the leaders of Israel, when he, instead of punishing the whole people, he punished the leadership. Because you're put in a position where people follow. So if everybody's short-minded, then if the leaders are short-minded, then everybody else is short-minded. This is why when the Lord made a promise to our forefathers, he always extend his mercy. Matter of fact, what I'm thinking about. It was funny because my brother just asked that. Oh, let me get this one real quick. Ezekiel 36. I'm going to just get to the point. "18. Wherefore I poured on my..." No, actually I gotta go down a little bit more. A little bit more. I just want to get to the point. There it is. Well, actually, it's not what I wanted. Now I think about it. The Lord is going to deliver us for his name's sake. All right? But it's really the oath. Matter of fact, let me just type it in. Oh, yeah. Deuteronomy 7 and 8. I'll start at 6. It says, "But thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are faced upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number, but," I said, "nor, or because you were more in number than other people, for you were the fewest of all people, but because the Lord loved you, because the word, because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto our fathers, and have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, redeem you out of the house of bondage, from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt." So it's all about what? The Lord's word. Okay? So our forefathers did not get to see the land. I mean, they wasn't in the land, Slakia, but they wasn't dwelling in that because our forefathers, what? They were pilgrims. So long term, they had the long term vision. Short term, that's the people of this world. All right? This is why the scripture says this real quick. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. "Because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men are set in them to do evil." Because things don't move in a certain motion. This is why the people operate the way they operate, because of the leadership. This is why the scripture says about Let me get this one quick. I love bringing this out, but hey. First Timothy's 5. Go to the point this time. So for some are already turned aside after Satan. The some is women. Paul was making a statement that some women, instead of doing their godly duty, they set aside to Satan. They were infiltrated. Matter of fact, was that this one I wanted? Oh, I was actually. This is what I wanted. I would therefore that the young women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some already turned aside after Satan. So back then it was some, now is majority of the women that did turn aside after Satan. All right? Because they followed the serpent. They followed the very person that ensured their position in life. Instead of being feminine and help building their home, their foundation, they was enforced to destroy the very foundation that would benefit them, which is self-suicide. All right. Sirach, it's not 28. Is it 28? Let me just get it. I believe it's 28. Yep. Spirit. It says, Sirach 28:13. Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such destroyed many that were at peace. A backbiting tongue have disquieted many, have driven away forth from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown the house of great men. A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. And the deprival of their labors is what? To be home. To be home to take care of their children. Instead, they rather go out in the workforce, okay, just to say they're equal to men, to make finances as men, and then turn around, swear up and down that they are better than men. This is the overthrow. This was a plan in motion for a long time. This is why the elites allow these things to happen. It was finances behind it and the utter destruction of the very fabric of family. All right. Micah 2:1, it says, woe to them that devises iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. In the ancient world, if a woman committed adultery, she won't get nothing. But in this world, she gets half of what the man gets, that he makes. She literally gets to destroy the man. This is all part of the plan of Esau. Is going into worshiping women and also empowering women. Not empowering them in a positive sense, empowering them to destroy themselves. This devil played you. He literally played you. Because why? You allowed that to happen. You allowed that to take place. That's why they got you, bitch. They literally got you. All right? They did as they pleased with you because you had no hedge of protection. They removed that. It says, not 48. 41. Let's see. No. Oh, there it is. Sirach 36 and we go to the point 35. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, which means plundered, taken, and he that haveth no wife will wander up and down mourning. So there is no protection when a man is removed out the house, when a man is removed out of the way. All right. This is why Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to destroy this place. The evil diabolical plan of destroying the very union that he established. And Lord knows this man has established the most vilest things. Let me get this one more thing, and that's it. All for money. Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and write grievous which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from my people, from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's what they created a system to do. And it's plain as day. So with that being said, something real quick to the spirit. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom. Ain't no mystery. Yeah, y'all see